Okay, Richard had his fun. Now it's time for BrobusCast to have his.
There you go. Oh boy.
Funny I say that.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was say, are you sure?
So yeah. Well,
Oh boy.
bro, do you want to introduce the next episode?
Sure. Yeah, because well, I got to take a little bit of a back seat for this episode. But man, they just like they lassoed me right back on this one. Now I get to let loose. All right. Next time on Death Battle, it's a battle of the they're basically artificial copies, basically.
Yes.
It is Perfect Cell versus Metal Sonic. Yeah.
This is gonna be good.
Yes.
And I guess you could say.
Boy.
I guess you
It's
could say for
going
one
to
of these. Sorry.
Mm-mm.
It is going to be perfect, and I guess you could say for one of these characters, long time no see.
Yeah.
One of these characters is long overdue.
And yeah, the other one's long overdue. So point it in. So yeah. So suffice to say, this might have been a bit of a surprise for some people.
just a little bit.
Yes,
A bit, yes.
Especially considering, one of these
Everything.
Well, everything, yes, but especially considering, while not being the title combatant, one of these two did have a pretty major starring in a certain episode that in the indie era so far. So,
Yes.
seeing him back this soon might be a little surprising, but,
Okay, I
At the same
do
time-
want to make it
At the same time,
clear.
screw y'all. Let's have some fun.
Yeah, no, okay, so I want to make it clear. So I know that you can look at it like that, but let me be clear and let's drop the subtlety. Metal
Okay.
has not been in a solo death battle episode for quite some time. It's been more than a minute. And now he's been featured, interestingly enough, in 2 Eggman fights, but he hasn't had his own solo episode since outside of that. And I think that, all right, well, it's about time to not only bring him back, but see, okay, well, what can we do different than the other one time he's had a episode dedicated just to him?
Admittedly, I know, I meme, I jest, but I mean, obviously, his role here is going to be way different than it was in Bowser vs. Eggman, even though he was a very big highlight of that fight to many, including myself. But so I just don't think
I don't personally view it as a Metal song. I know a lot of people talk about how this is Metal's 4th episode, and I'm like, is it though? I mean, it's his 4th appearance.
No, I mean, that's like.
But
no.
The other 2 are Eggman episodes. Metal was Metal was just a part of that, a big part, sure, but still a part.
That's like saying Batman has had 4 appearances in Death Battle, when if we're being realistic here, no, he's only had 3, and he's only appeared as a side character in 1 episode, so that doesn't really count. Again, it's very much, I get it, I understand there will be some people who come to that conclusion. However, again, metal was used as a tool in both Eggman fights. That was essentially one of his best trump cards. Whereas in his own solo fight, okay, he's a combatant. He's actually going to be on the front lines.
Yeah.
And it's solely from his point of view.
Right. Like, okay, admittedly, I do, like, while I'm perfectly okay with this, I think this is a cool matchup, and I think, Metal getting his own another solo episode after his fight with Zero, I feel like that is more than fair enough. It's admittedly, I am part of the crowd that feels a little surprised that they went ahead with it, even though Bowser Eggman. But I get it; they're going to do a lot of different things in this fight, and I'm okay with that. So.
Yeah, I mean, I have heard. It's funny. I've heard Nemesis and other people once again continue the train of, please don't give us too many returning combatants. And yes, and Billy as well. But I will like to say, it's Death Battle.
Yeah.
Returning combatants are not as well. They're not as overstuffed as you think they are. I mean, yes, we do get them from time to time, but there's never been a season where it's only been returning combatants fighting each other. And granted, yes, in the last episode we had Ichigo come back, but look at the time frame from when he first came onto the show and his return. Same thing applies here. Yes, I will admit Metal is a little more trickier because it's like we said, we cannot just beat around the bush or ignore the metal elephant, in the room. But he was prevalent in Eggman vs. Bowser, and that was only a year ago. So I can see some saying, oh man, that's like the shortest run back we've had. Technically, no, it's not, but I can see why you would jump to that conclusion. It's just, again, returning Death Battle combatants are just something we either have to accept at this point, or we just have to be apathetic towards, because it's the whole purpose of Death Battle is that when they make a matchup that happens to feature a returning combatant, it's an opportunity for them to go down a different avenue that they didn't before.
Yeah, and for how long Death Battle's been going on for, you got to expect at least a few characters coming back every once in a while.
Exactly.
And again, it's not like it's gonna limit the amount of new characters we're getting.
No, one would certainly hope not, because I mean they themselves want to do new properties and introduce new avenues of characters to the audience. I mean, hell, isn't that the whole reason why people submit matchups that happen to feature new combatants and it doesn't have a returning character in them? So again, I just want it to be known that, okay, look, if this year happens to have a lot of returning combatants, I'm going to judge them based on how well utilized they are compared to their previous episode.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say it. Okay. As far as the whole returning combatants thing, I'm just gonna be frank. So what?
Yeah.
I'm so even if we want to go okay, this is Metal's 4th episode, and I'm again, who does this hurt exactly?
Yes, I agree.
I don't understand this. Okay, I get that a lot of you people want a lot more variety. I get that, and to an extent, I can sympathize with that. But at the same time, it's like, even when they do the same matchup again, they always feel at least somewhat different from each other. Like you look at both like the Master Chief versus Doom Guy episode. I know this is that's a wild example. Like look at both the Master Chief versus Doom Guy episodes. Tell me what's the same between them, really. And I know some of you in the comments are gonna be cheeky. Shut up. But it's like, I don't understand this sort of like vitriol towards returning combatants. Like, for one, I feel like people, like, we were kind of talking about it earlier, but I feel like people really overestimate how many we get. Like, yes, we get quite a bit, but we still get a lot of new stuff in that time. And a lot of times, returning combatants feel different from the last time they were on. I mentioned Doom Guy as one example, but look at, like, Kratos or Spawn. They're the same characters, yeah, but...
or Dante.
Or Dante. Like, they feel so different. It feels different from the last time they were on.
Look at Deku, look at Miles, look at Miles.
My point is, like, at the end of the day, they just want to have fun with the matchups. And, like, I know a lot of people are like, we're bringing Metal back so soon after Bowser vs. Eggman. And I'm just sitting here like, yeah, and
to be fair, I do think, like, recently at least, because I know, like, a lot of the Death Battle 24 and 25 brought back a lot of characters.
Yeah.
Like, a lot more, like, than, like, maybe, like, Season 10 or Season 9 did. But, again, like, barring, like everyone, like, I want to say, every one of those combatants, like, they did something new with them compared to their first outing, which is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I completely understand the want and the need to get, like, fresh new faces and fresh new franchises on the show. Don't get me wrong. But, like, again, like, it's not the end of the world. New franchises and new characters will come eventually. In fact, or, like, you could use a returning combatant to bring in a very overdue combatant, like in this one.
Yeah.
Because my goodness.
Like, hey, hello, we're finally getting Perfect Cell.
Yeah.
Yes, no, the last Dragon Ball villain technically not the last, but you get my point. The last DBZ villain. Let's just put it like that. He is the last DBZ villain who has yet to be featured in Death Battle until now. But I also want to say, okay, just putting a pin on this is that if the complaining of getting returning combatants is too much for you, then let me ask a simple question: are you still going to watch the episode? And then 99.99999% of you are just saying, well, yes. Okay, then what is the problem? Like, I do agree.
Yeah.
If you're going to watch the episode, then you clearly are willing to live with the fact that, okay, well, it's a returning combatant. I mean, it's funny in this day and age, in this new day and age of Death Battle. You all want to know the shocking thing that we haven't had in a while, and this is pairing off from returning combatants. We haven't had a goddamn Marvel vs. DC fight in God knows how long. And every time those used to happen, it would always resort in some completion from fans. But
I can't wait for that to happen whenever we do. Like, I said this so long ago, that, like, we're eventually gonna get to a point where we go, like, tens of episodes without a Marvel vs. DC fight. And then when we finally get one, people are gonna complain, like, oh, we get another Marvel vs. DC fight again. like now we're now in an age where people want it. They want a Marvel vs. DC episode.
What is the world come to?
And I know for a fact that when we finally get it, they're gonna be like, oh.
And then we're gonna be there, and then I'm gonna. Well, not us, because again, one of us is more blunt than the other. I'm just gonna be there saying, "Hey, shut up and enjoy it. It's been 2 fucking years since we last had a Marvel vs. DC matchup, and that's not hyperbole, by the way. It literally has been that long.
Yeah.
So take what you can get. Again, I understand. I do too. That you want something new, but again, if it's not going to stop you from enjoying it, then what is the ultimate problem here? The only other solution to this is you don't watch it if it bothers you that much.
You know what I especially love is I've seen some people between this being so soon after Bowser vs. Eggman, and then like Cell not real like. In all honesty, Cell doesn't really add like Cell is very both these guys really. It's like okay, I guess I'll just get to the point. People are saying this is like an easy paycheck or something, and I'm just sitting here like, yeah. What's the point?
Yeah, no, okay. Well, no. Then my question is, okay, easy for who exactly? Because if this is an easy paycheck, then we're going to get into this later. Based off of what we just saw for a preview, that doesn't look like an easy paycheck to me. That looks like, oh my god, they're actually going to go all balls to the wall crazy with this.
I guess what I just mean is like they can be like, all right, well, we already have the research basically. Let's just do it.
Yeah, no, okay. The only time I've ever gotten that feeling like this was an easy paycheck, like, look, we've got it, it's done, what's stopping us from doing this? The only episode that's really given me that impression in my over decade-long period of being a fan of Death Battle was really Captain America versus Batman, because that episode was the definition of well, we might as well fucking do it, because it's right, it's literally halfway done. We just need to record, we just need to get a quick animation, we need filler, and boom, it's done. So,
by the way.
Yeah, justice for Cap. Again, y'all motherfuckers better watch the hell out of this. Is veering off, I know. Y'all motherfuckers better watch the hell out of Geets and Nero if you really, really want Ichigo to fight Cap, so we can get justice for Cap. So we could probably watch Cap lose anyway, but at least he'll lose with dignity this time. Then that is where you need to start putting your money where your mouth is. Yeah. Again, you only get new franchises if they know that you liked it. So it's probably why we get the returning combatants that we do, because it gives them a new opportunity to pair them up with a new character from either a returning franchise or a entirely new franchise to begin with. And it leads to a lot of great potential episodes.
Yeah. At the same time, like even like devil's advocate, right? Like let's humor let's humor the argument of like this is like an easy paycheck. We're just getting it done because like it's requested, people want to see it. We have the research done for it already, and whatever research we don't have will be piss easy to get. So like let's just do it. Forget how long it's been. Forget that we just had Bowser vs. Eggman. Like let's humor that argument for a second. So what? Like
yeah.
Like
no, like what is the? I generally
it's an
don't
easy
see the problem.
Like it's an easy paycheck. Yeah. What of it? Like
yeah, no, it is. It comes from man. This really is just like we said earlier. There really is just a sense of entitlement when it comes to what fans think a death battle should be. Like in your perfect world. This is my last thing, and then I want to move, and then we're going to move on. Well, at least I'm going to move on. In your own perfect world, you would probably have no returning combatants, and your season wouldn't be as good as you think it would be, because guess what? Then you would stop the returning combatants from actually getting a much better and improved episode, and you would be stuck with the crappier one that you aren't proud of and you thought you could have done better.
Yeah.
Like, again,
Yeah,
just
like,
want to remind people that.
Look, it's funny we're bringing that up for this episode because I still like Metal Sonic vs. Zero, but oh boy, prepare for me to rip into some of the things said in that episode a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And look, only hardcore Dragon Ball fan amongst us. I could be fucking complaining that, oh man, we just had a Dragon Ball fight. Do we really need another one? Like, can we stop with the Dragon Ball fights because it's gonna end the same fucking way? I could be like that and I can have that attitude, but guess what? I'm still gonna watch the episode and I'm still going to enjoy it because I really, really, really love Dragon Ball, even with its huge low points over the years. I still love it, and Perfect Cell has been long overdue for a death battle. Like, really long overdue. I personally hate that. Oh yeah, that Goku got in 3 fucking times, Vegeta got in 2 fucking times, and fucking Cell didn't even get in the once. Like, I hate that. But now here we are, so it's like, okay, any past criticism of that, gone, because here we go. It's Cell, and guess what? This is the opposite of a paycheck. This is a fucking swan song, is what this episode's gonna be.
All right. Okay. One last thing about the whole returning thing, and then we will move on to that. But I do also want to say, final thing. Lest we not forget this. Like, this is an extremely popular matchup on its own merits. Let's not forget that. Like, freaking, like, this has been heralded for years to be, like even
the
before, this is, like, from when it could not be because, Cell's like one of those characters with like 1,000,001 matchups.
Yeah.
But, like, overall, I feel like this is like one of the most popular ones for Cell and Metal Sonic in general.
Yeah.
Like, it has been requested for years, even before it got a boost thanks to Bowser vs. Eggman. Lest we not forget. In fact, I'd go as far as to say it's probably even the one Dragon Ball versus Sonic matchup that is almost universally liked to everyone. Like, a lot of people do see the appeal in this one, and it has been requested for a long time, which accounts for something. Damn it!
No, it does. And then also, can we just not ignore the fact that this episode had a killer death battle cast that had a very well done debate for it that kind of laid the groundwork. And no, I do agree. It's like ZDogg is 100% right. Aside from this and Goku versus Sonic, this is one of the most well-loved pairings for both characters, and guess what? I don't see a reason to not like it for that, because this is one of those matchups that we've been waiting for, and now it's here. So hey, how about just take that whole another returning combatant? Okay, I hear you, but let me just counter. Shut up and just enjoy it.
Yeah.
just again, go make your own versus show, or just don't watch it at all. That if it bothers you that much.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like, everyone's like, we got another returning combatant. Like, are we gonna, or it's like this huge stomp or whatever, and I'm just sitting here with the meme from Beast Wars in my mind, like, duly noted and ignored.
It's gonna be cool, damn it.
Yeah. I mean, have you seen that preview?
Cool. Yes. No. Yeah, exactly. Jumping right in. Okay. Just.
Yeah.
Jumping right into that. Okay, I'm all right. I'm gonna be the one to say it because somebody's got to fucking say it. All of you, and I don't mean all of the good people on the Death Battle community. I just mean the other half. You're good. All of you on that side, you know what side I'm talking about. all of you owe Devil Artemis a motherfucking apology, and you're gonna wish for him to come back for what he's about to do. So just throwing it out there. Hope you're happy. He's going out, but he's going out in his own style. And I'm just gonna call it right now. This is probably, like Liam even said, this is probably gonna be Devil Artemis's best work. And that is not taking anything away from Kratos versus Asura, because we'll get to that when we do our ranking. But I'm just gonna say it. It's like all of you guys, like who bitched and complained and even blamed Devil Artemis for shots that he had nothing to do with for why they looked bad. Yeah, all of you, hope you're happy, because he's going out with the bang, and I couldn't be happier for him, because this is a Devil Artemis farewell, and I really hope, like Torian, there does come a day where he comes back and he's got a more refreshed mental attitude about doing Death Battle for the love and for the passion, rather than being just bombarded with nothing but complaints and calling him out as, oh, maybe he wasn't as good as we all thought he was. Maybe we just overhyped him.
All right, I feel like sorry, real quick. I do feel like we need to elaborate on that, because I don't think we've talked about it on the cast. Yes, so in case you aren't aware, this will be Devil Artemis's last showing on the show. Reasons why: the community sucks. No, I'm kidding. Well,
kind of.
No, he confirmed it. Like
no. Yeah, okay. Well, the community, basically, Devil didn't like how certain people were giving him criticism on his animations, which sucks. But what? Unfortunate. What are you gonna do? But yes. So this will be his last effort for the show. Who knows? Maybe he could come back in a couple years, like Richard said, maybe like in a more refreshed mind. But for now, this will be it. And yeah, no, I think obviously with Cell being involved, his icon, literally.
Yeah.
I think it is a perfect way to send him off of the show. So that is the TLDR. So yeah, I'm very excited. I definitely think this will be his best fight yet. So that's gonna be good. However, it should be important to know he's not alone.
No, he is the main animation director. No, so okay, Devil being Devil. I say that so casually. He specifically requested that he would go and work on this fight, not just on his own, but he wanted Moro and Duvad to come in and animate with him. So funny how we brought up multiple times Bowser versus Eggman, and yet here is the animator who made that episode as god tier as it is, finally breaking away from the My Hero curse. Thank God they gave this man something that isn't My Hero.
He's only My Hero and Sonic from now on. Nothing else.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you're the My Hero and Sonic guy. But here he is working on this episode. Okay, and let me just say this. That end shot with Metal Overlord.
Oh my God!
I'm going to tell you all right now. That's not Devil Artemis. That's Moro. That is a Moro animated shot. I know Moro's style very, very well to know that in good conscience. Okay, you're telling me that Moro is going to get to animate Metal Sonic Overlord? Oh, sweet Jesus.
Brother, Metal Overlord looks so good.
Oh man, no, it does. Like, this is, okay. I don't want to. Okay, it may feel a little, once again, presumptuous to say, but does this not feel like a like an end of the year episode or something? Because I'm getting that a little bit with that preview. Like, holy shit.
I feel the vibes. and I'm
yeah, yeah. So am I. Like, if this episode is as good as the three of us are hoping and wanting it to be, I don't know. This could be this could potentially be a first BrobusCast top 3 episode.
Maybe. I can see it, honestly. Yeah, gosh, I need this fight now.
I do too.
I wish it was. I wish it was Sunday.
Yeah, because my goodness, like, man, everything just looks so cool and clean, and
it does. And okay, I'm just headcanon. This takes place before Bowser versus Eggman.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, no, but yeah, it all looks so good. That's not even to mention the fact that, okay, so hey, Devil, I know you're animating this, but you want to voice act in it too? Yeah, but
yep.
Can I do both? What? You know what? Sure. Why not?
He's doing both. Yeah. Okay.
Like what the?
Sure.
Like, I mean, okay. I think like him voicing Cell, like, no shit, like, obviously.
No shit.
There's a whole discussion. Like, I know there was a whole discussion if it was gonna be either him or Taka, but like, if it's a send off, like, might as well, like, have him do his iconic voice.
Yeah.
But also for him,
why is he voicing Metal Sonic?
Like, what do you mean? And it sounds kind of clean.
Okay, all right. So real quick, I know a lot of people have been complaining that there's no filter for the voice. Okay, just want to make it clear, this is a preview, and BrobusCast did say a long time ago, just because they're showing off the preview and when we get the voices, most of the time, that's not what the final voices are going to sound like. Those are most likely just B-roll of the lines used for the trailer. So I'm pretty confident we're going to get a filter for Metal Sonic. He's not going to just talk like that with no robotic filter.
I'm sure someone on my team's confirmed that already. So.
Yeah, I think Liam said something about that.
Yeah. So there you go. But I'm not surprised. Again, as somebody who's been watching Devil Artemis for literally half, if not almost close to a decade, you have no idea how much of a voice chameleon and a jack of all trades this guy is.
I mean, Devil voices like almost everybody in his videos, doesn't he?
Yeah, literally everybody. Like, he gets guest actors from time to time in case he doesn't want to do those voices or try to, because he wants them to sound specifically how somebody wants them to sound. So that's the time he'll compromise and he'll be like, okay, I'm just going to get some actors or some buddies of mine and have them come in. But yeah, no, I mean, hell, for best example that's within the topic at hand, when he did Cell versus Eggman, he actually got Tom Shulk to come in and voice Eggman.
Yeah.
Nice.
So again, just throwing it out there. Yeah, not surprised and very happy that he's voicing him.
I mean, I wasn't expecting it, but I'm here for it. Honestly, I'm very excited to see what performance his Metal will be.
Yes.
Because obviously his Cell, I know he's got that locked down, but
yeah.
His Metal, I'm very interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, I know this is probably like no shit considering we're talking about it. Yeah, I'll talk about differentiating Metal's last appearance, even besides Bowser Eggman. Yeah, this is the first Sonic fight in 3D.
Yeah,
let's fucking go. It's about time.
That's freaking weird.
Yeah. Like, like, again, I'm cool with it, but like that feels like something should have been. Some Sonic fight should have been 3D by now, but apparently not.
Yeah, I mean, I get like the Sonic sprites are very iconic, and they're good sprites. So,
Yeah.
So like I get why a lot of them were sprites, and then Bowser vs. Eggman, Moro's just a madman, so like sure, like that fight could have been sprites, but Moro was just like nah. But yeah, it is kind of weird that it took this long for us to get a 3D Sonic fight, considering how good the 3D in Sonic has been. It's kind of bizarre, but I mean, better late than never, I guess, right? Yeah. I had a thought, but I lost it. All right, well, oh well. There's one thing real quick. I guess I can say.
What's that?
Is that it is kind of interesting to me. Like watch it be completely coincidental. But it is not lost on me that we are getting Metal Sonic like a few weeks after Brandon announced that he is forming a band with the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Johnny Gioli from Crush 40.
Oh. I didn't know he was forming a band with them. What the hell?
I think that was the idea. Because they made a collab together. For like a Sukuna track from Jujutsu Kaisen, which by the way is fire. Y'all should listen to it. It's not lost on me that we get that, and then immediately after this fight gets announced.
I wonder.
Am I huffing on that copium? We get Johnny on the track for this. I don't know, probably, but at the same time, we got Jason Page on a Pokemon track, so
Yeah,
at
it's not impossible.
at this point, nothing surprises me anymore.
No.
Freaking Johnny has done Sonic fan songs before. He did the one for the fan made storybook game. So fuck it.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Man.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Am I huffing on that hopium? I don't know. I'll find out when the premiere starts. But if I am, then oh well. But if I'm not, then I'm putting that on the record right now. I'm gonna go ahead and say that's like not an impossibility.
No.
Yeah.
And that would be freaking sick.
It would be.
It would.
So
I
yeah.
beg. Fingers crossed.
Yeah. No, I'm very much looking forward to this. Like between the analysis previews and the freaking now the animation preview, I'm very excited.
Yeah, same.
This is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Although I will say, if Metal Sonic does not hit Cell with the Buzz Slade Monster Truck combo, this is going to be a 0 out of 10 episode. I'm calling it right now.
Let me take it a step further. So when Your Only Mate and I talked about this fight happening, we had two things that we wanted from it. He said it over on Lads, but here's mine. I specifically said I wanted this fight to end with, since Metal is obviously going to copy Cell's abilities, the one thing that I would want Metal to do as kind of I guess one of final moves that's basically a fuck you to Cell is him hitting Cell with the Kikoho or the Tri-Beam from Ten Shinhan as kind of just a way to troll him, because it's not just, I want Metal to use the Kamehameha as a way to defeat Cell, so it's kind of a mirroring of Cell's clash with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, but I think that no, like for the sake of humiliating and just humbling Cell, I want and I need Metal to use the Tri-Beam. Because there's nothing more that Cell hates than getting hit with the Kakoho multiple times. Then, and I just think, okay, yeah, if they do that, this episode's gonna. I'm telling you, this episode's gonna be a 10 out of 10 for me. It's like, come on, no, it's like you can't kill Cell off without humiliating him from using an attack from arguably the one Z fighter who pissed him off the most.
My God. There you go. Yeah, okay, now I want that too. I was just making a funny Crosswalks joke, honestly.
No, that's fair.
that damn buzzsaw that always ruins the rig. Anyway.
Oh, I get it now.
Yeah, you get it.
Okay.
That'd be nice, Todd.
Yeah.
Also, since I don't know how much more we're gonna say before getting into things, I'm just gonna say read the IDW comics if you haven't. They're very good. I finally started reading them, and I'm very happy. They're very good.
They are good.
Yeah, they are very good.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah, I guess we can get into it now.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you know us, I think you should know. I think who's repping whom should be really obvious.
Yeah, it's not like you two have rep characters from these franchises in this, since we started doing this.
Yeah. All right. So, Richard is repping Cell. I'm repping Metal Sonic. You know, I kind of had to like somewhat rep Metal Sonic earlier when I did Eggman, so it only makes sense I would have to do it again. And it also seems that my tenure as a researcher, my break as a researcher, did not last very long. But oh well.
Hopefully, next episode we'll have something that you can rest up again. But we'll see.
I say that this wasn't really that bad.
No, Cell, opposite club here. Cell was piss poor easy to research, and I mean that in the sense that for as hyped up as he is, and for how much I love him, you would be very surprised to know that he has fewer appearances in Z than Frieza or Majin Buu. Which is funny because Cell wasn't originally supposed to be the main antagonist for the Android arc. It was supposed to be the original androids, Dr. Gero and 19, but then Toei told Toriyama, those look stupid. We need more. We need another pair. He gave them 17 and 18. They still didn't like that. He gave them Imperfect Cell, a completely new character. They said, his first form looks kind of freaky. You need to dial it back. Okay, here's a second form. Don't like those lips. Don't like anything about him. Do it again. And then finally, he was like, okay, here, I'm done. Now, please, for the love of God, let me finish the damn story. Other than the dramatization, that actually was true. Like, there's a reason why Toriyama probably never, ever wanted this character to come back after his original appearance in the manga and the anime, because, he does not like him, and he does not like drawing the spots on him. In fact, no animator does. But hey, he did get a appearance in Dragon Ball Super. So I'm sorry, Superhero. So
well, kind of.
But kind of. Yeah. So technically, well, he had a cameo in a flashback, but then it was a completely different character. Anyway, so researching Cell was very, very easy. In fact, I'm not trying to brag. Most of everything that Cell has been involved in, I have distinctly in my memory, because I have an eidetic memory when it comes to some of the big tier villains, but specifically more Cell than anyone else, because I actually loved the Cell arc. It's one of my favorite Dragon Ball arcs.
Yeah.
So, and I am obviously going to use Toei scaling to kind of make it a bit easier for him, because in this case, it's literally, if he doesn't get it, this kind of doesn't work in the way it should. So just bear that in mind.
Yeah. Meanwhile, for me, it was actually funny. So I started when I started researching Metal. The two games I started with, which was not a great idea, were Mania and Heroes. Two games that you have to play multiple times in order to get the full picture. But when I after like the first week wrapped up, I was like, oh god, I feel like I'm moving super slow. I gotta pick up the pace. And then I was like, wait, I've only been at this for a week. I still have like 3 more. And then next week I literally just like hammered out games like boom, 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 boom. Like I literally have like a checklist of every game that Metal has appeared in. And I checked so many of them off within days. The only ones I currently don't have checked off are like mobile games that barely have any story anyway. So meh, I don't really care.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was pretty simple. It was fun. For as much as I was like, I'm gonna be completely realio with you. Mania didn't really resonate with me very much. I'm not gonna lie. I know that is 100% gonna put me on a list somewhere. But
you're in the doghouse now, man.
Yeah. Well. Oh well. What do you want me to do? Lie about my opinions?
No.
Yeah. See, that's what I thought. I got far enough where I know what to pull for Metal, so we're good. Which is to say, not really a whole lot, to be honest. And then Heroes. God, I hate playing Heroes. I like watching people play Heroes. I like the story of Heroes. I like I like watching all the cutscenes and shit. I am never playing that game ever again. Heroes is going right up there with Sonic and the Black Knight in a game that I like everything about except actually playing it. It's funny. If you guys remember, like quite a few years ago, I did a video on Sonic Heroes. I used to do game reviews. One of them was on Sonic Heroes. For that video, I played the PS2 version. By the way, don't do that. But since then, I was like, I kept feeling like I was a bit harsh towards it. Because every time it gets referenced in other Sonic games, like I'm like that happy little kid, like clapping his hands really fast, like, oh, they referenced the thing that I like, even though I don't like it, but whatever. It's like I get super happy. It's like, hey, they referenced the thing I like. Wait, I don't like it, and then I'm just confused.
It's literally the Mr. Krabs. Wait a second, I hate golf.
Yeah, pretty much. But I kept thinking, like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I played the PS2 version, which is by far and away the worst version of the game. So I was like, okay. But everyone says go with if you're gonna play Sonic Heroes, play the GameCube version. So I eventually did get myself I eventually did get my hands on a copy of the GameCube version, and then I played it for researching this match. I can comfortably say that no, I was not too hard on this game, in that video. I can comfortably say that. Oh boy, that game just like sends my just inject the frustration all in my veins.
Man, I do want to side note because I actually do own Sonic Heroes on GameCube. I got it like years ago at like a flea market or something. I never finished that game. Like I always got to like, I think like I mostly played Team Sonic and I couldn't get to the end of the game. I don't think it was just that. Like granted, like maybe I should give it like another try now that like, you know, I'm a little more mature and a little better at games. But
yeah.
like, yeah, it's just 4 stories of the same, like going through like the same levels.
Yeah.
And also, I've heard horror stories about the special stages, so oh no. Okay, maybe I should. Okay, I don't want to bring it up. PTSD. I saw your Blue Sky post.
No, the special. Honestly, screw the special stages in Sonic games in general. I don't like them in Mania either. All
right. We're probably go back a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. I guess I could, like, the best way I could say it is Sonic Heroes. Good game. Don't play it.
Can I be the title? Good game. Don't play it.
Yeah.
Thanks. Very cool.
Yeah. Was that confusing? Was that confusing? Great, because it confuses me too.
I was gonna jokingly say that's my thoughts on Ultra Despair Girls. Anyway, that's a story for another day.
Yeah. Anyways, no. I had fun, and you know, I'm not gonna turn down any opportunity to research more Sonic. So, yeah, it was great. I had a good time. And now we're gonna you get to see the fruits of our labor. Well, it is Cell versus Metal Sonic. So, Richard, I think you have the floor first, which is super weird for me. I always get the first. I feel like I always get the first characters, but now I don't. But you get to take it away.
Okay. Well, for this episode, I thought I'd do something special. So, normally, in my own way, I try to give a decent opening statement to go over the characters and what they're capable of. But since this happens to deal with a character that is very much more out there than any other character I've done, especially considering it's Dragon Ball, I thought I would get a special guest to help me out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lower the shields that I installed for us to keep any outsiders in without my permission. So there we go. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Imperfect Cell. Hello. My name is Cell. It's good to be on here, boys. I am here to talk about my entrance. So, what would you like to know? Well, why don't you tell everyone about yourself? Very well. You see, I am an android. I come from a time where I was designed to be the most perfect being in all of creation by my creator, Dr. Giro. You see, in his efforts to create a futile warrior, he assembled the cells of some of the most greatest fighters ever to walk the earth. Fighters like Goku, Vegeta, and of course, my favorite, Piccolo. But unfortunately, I was left without my true creation, and I had to burrow and get the energy from humans until I came across something interesting. I decided and I knew that in order to achieve ultimate perfection, I would have to assemble and gather the energies
of my brother and sister, 17 and 18. So, I decided to go and find them, but unfortunately they were destroyed by Prince Vegeta's offspring. So, I discovered that he had a time machine that could take me to get them. After I disposed of young Trunks, I set the coordinates. Unfortunately, it brought me to a different time, 4 years into the past, but thankfully, I was able to gather the strength I needed. And then, after I defeated Piccolo and absorbed 17, and then eventually 18, I had achieved perfection. I was the strongest being in the universe. I was even able to go toe-to-toe with the mighty Goku. Unfortunately, again, I would meet my demise from the Saiyan Gohan. And alas, I was destroyed. But I still live in hell. And although I've not been back, I think I've created a legacy.
Okay. Well, tell me, Mr. Cell, what are your abilities?
So full of questions. Well, I suppose, since I possess the natural abilities of each of the fighters mentioned, I gain their experience and powers. For you see, I manipulate and control ki, which allows me to create force fields, projectiles, and I can even fly. But also, I can harness any attack I have that is in my disposal. And energies like the Kamehameha, or of course my favorite, Piccolo's regeneration. And then, of course, I can even gain attacks from victims that I've absorbed, such as when I destroyed Goku, I immediately gained his instant transmission. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Okay. What would you say your biggest victories were?
Well, I would have to say that it would come from defeating and humiliating Piccolo. I really like him. I also was able to defeat Gohan and push that boy to his limits. And I managed to be the most powerful being even in my death. I also have the abilities of Frieza, and it should be noted that Frieza once destroyed a planet that could be seen from a faraway galaxy. Next.
Okay. Well, Mr. Cell, I guess, what are your weaknesses?
Weaknesses? Don't be foolish, my boy. I have no weaknesses, for even if I was to be destroyed or if my limbs were to be taken off, it may hurt like hell, but I can regrow them like a snake. So even if you cut off one head, I'll just regrow another. And I've even had my body fully destroyed by Vegeta, and I was able to regrow immediately. Even the mighty Goku could not fully destroy me with his poor Kamehameha. I just regained my body.
Okay, alright. So, you think you can beat this metal?
Well, of course. A trash can cannot defeat a bug. Not one that can just come back. So, if that'll be all, I must get going. I have places to be, and unfortunately for all of you, if I do happen to lose, you better hope I don't come back, 'cause Daddy's gonna be hungry.
Alright. Get out of here.
Farewell, boys, till we meet again.
Bye.
And that was Cell's introduction.
All right.
So as Cell said, he's quite versatile, and he has all of the abilities of each Z fighter, and he also has a superior regeneration to Piccolo, which means that it's nothing short of destroying his cells, quote unquote, that will lead to his immediate destruction. And he was right. He does scale to Frieza, who, thanks to Toei scaling, could blow up Planet Namek, and Planet Namek's destruction was seen from across the universe. And he also said that he was going to be more powerful enough to destroy the entire universe in Dragon Ball Z. Now, it's a little weird, is that the Dragon Ball cosmology is separate realms. You, of course, have Earth, you have Heaven, you have Hell, and you have the entirety of Universe 7. So him being able to say that he could destroy the entire universe, while not doubtful, there unfortunately never was enough of his appearance in order to suggest that his level of power could go that far. But I think based off scaling to other characters, I say that that is an appropriate yet dubious observation. And also, it should be noted that when he does indeed die or get close to death, he gets a Zenkai boost, which is primarily for Saiyans who, when they are injured or beaten to near death, they will come back stronger than ever with an increased power level and an increased sense of durability and strength. So you really have to either put him down for good, or you run the risk of him coming back even stronger, especially when he is at his weakest. The only way to get him depowered is also to get rid of the androids or find a way to get whatever energy he has out of him. But that's going to be very, very difficult, since he has a variety of different techniques from every Saiyan, every Z fighter, and even every DBZ villain, minus Majin Buu, that it makes it difficult just to be able to touch him. So that is Perfect Cell.
All right.
All right. Very well. You good to this? That's also for Sal as well, for the record.
Thank you. By the way, the shields are back up. I want to just alleviate that.
Okay, good.
He ain't coming back. He ain't coming back even if he tried.
All right, good. Thank goodness.
Yeah. Don't want that creeping. Don't want that creeping here.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't.
Yeah, creep was right after one of those last remarks. Okay. Anyway.
All right. So, bro, are you ready?
After that, I'm not sure, but I'll try.
All right, show them what you're made of, then.
Why you gotta? Okay. You know what? We'll never mind.
Okay.
You'll see. All right. Now, everyone, I want you all to imagine it's a peaceful day and all is well. The world is protected by Sonic the Hedgehog, the blue blur, hero across time and space. So long as this speedy hero is rolling around at the speed of sound, you'll be safe from the master plan of the mad scientist Ivo Robotnik, aka Dr. Eggman. But don't rest too easily, as the Doctor has his own speedy little blue devil, arguably one of the greatest and most dangerous machines he's ever built, the robotic faker Metal Sonic. Eggman has built a long list of robot duplicates, especially of his supersonic nemesis, but Metal Sonic is the most advanced and the most prominent. Metal Sonic was built during Eggman's invasion of Little Planet, and was designed to be Sonic's superior in every way, including his trademark speed. Metal has access to Sonic's signature spin dash, homing attack, and lightspeed dash, but has a few tricks of his own. He can form a black shield around himself to defend against all damage, form a ring spark field around his body that'll electrocute anyone upon contact, fire energy beams from his chest, or even overload his circuits and blast forward with incredible speed and power with the V maximum overdrive attack. Of all of Eggman's machines at the time, Metal is the one who's arguably come the closest to matching Sonic, and has pulled off many impressive feats. He can fly across planets, knock stalactites down, and knock down hijacked Eggman ships. Even other Eggman tech is tough enough to withstand explosions the size of moons, or even the center of a black hole. But alas, in a race across Stardust Speedway, victory was on the original side. But this defeat sparked something within Metal's programming. He was built to be Sonic perfected, and yet his loathsome copy managed to defeat him and liberate Little Planet from Eggman as if it were another day that ends in Y. It was clear to Metal that following the Doctor's lead wasn't going to fulfill his programming, so he instead decided to take over for himself, becoming the one true Sonic on his own terms. To this end, Metal betrayed and imprisoned Eggman, then upgraded his form, dubbed Neo Metal Sonic. On top of his previous abilities, Neo Metal gained the power to scan the biological data of others, then copy seemingly all of their abilities to their fullest. From Sonic, he received the Sonic Boom, letting him burst forward at even greater speeds than before. From Knuckles the Echidna, he received the Hammer Punch, a powerful attack that is strong enough to cause tremors. From Espio the Chameleon, he receives the Chroma Camo, letting him turn his body completely invisible. Not even the Hedgehogs Shadow and Silver are safe from this, and from them, Metal gains Silver's Psychokinesis, letting him move objects around with his mind, and Shadow's signature technique, Chaos Control. With this, Metal can warp time and space to either teleport or slow down or stop the flow of time altogether. And don't even think about trying to slow him down with the same technique, as Metal is immune to it being used against him. Oh, and speaking of Chaos, let's talk about, well, Chaos. You know, the ancient being who can shapeshift his body like a liquid monster? Yeah, Metal copied his biodata too, letting him shapeshift his own body like the T-1000, whether it's to disguise himself as either Sonic or Eggman, or to reshape his body from a liquid metal puddle. And don't mistake the term biodata. This power can work on any living beings, including robots like E-123 Omega. And with enough data copied, Metal can transform into the monstrous and all-powerful Metal Overlord. In this form, Metal can fly, fire ice missiles, cause massive damage with his tail, trap foes in crystal, burn foes with a flamethrower, and recover from damage. Metal Overlord is so powerful, it took the combined power of Supersonic, Tails, and Knuckles to take down. And this is the same Supersonic who can battle universe to multiverse ending threats on the regular. Void could destroy Imaginary World. Eraser Jin absorbed half of the Arabian Nights universe. Solaris could consume all existing timelines and spread its light across the entire universe. Time Eater could erase all of space and time across all reality, reducing it to a single white space. Black Doom could influence said white space and prevent the time anomaly from healing there. The list just keeps going on. But of course, Metal Overlord was defeated by Supersonic and his friends, reverting him back to his vanilla form and proving that even rebelliousness couldn't win the day. As punishment, Eggman lobotomized Metal Sonic, removing the rebelliousness from his programming, making him unquestionably loyal to the Doctor once again. Eventually, during the war for the planet, Eggman decided to upgrade Metal back to his Neo form once again, with the hopes of him becoming his greatest weapon. Unfortunately, by the time Neo Metal was completed, the war was already lost. His loathsome copy had defeated his master once again, liberating the entire planet from the Eggman Empire. Now armed with Eggman's biodata, which gave him the Doctor's 300 IQ and passion, Neo Metal led the Eggman Empire in his master's place once more, this time with the plan to utilize the Master Emerald to conquer the world. Combine the Emerald with Sonic's biodata, and Neo Metal can gain a super form of his own. Like his rival, as Super Neo Metal Sonic, he gains a massive increase to strength and speed, the ability to shoot energy beams and electricity, and complete invulnerability. Scaling to other supers, Super Neo Metal should be capable of creating hollow duplicates, create spears of light which can close dimensional portals, absorb light to become stronger, and more. The downside being that a super form does run on a limited time limit. Okay, yeah, that's what I wrote. Depending on the amount of rings he has on hand. At the same time, at their peaks, super forms can last for tens of minutes, if not whole days. Neo Metal did get knocked out of his form by Shadow, but that's because super forms are affected by chaos-related users. This attack from Shadow did end up benefiting Metal, though. Combining Sonic and Shadow's biodata with the power of the Master Emerald, Metal powered up and transformed once again, and all shall bow before their Master Overlord. While he sacrificed his power as a Super State, he's still much stronger than your typical base Sonic. Sonic himself even said that they'd need the combined power of everyone he was with to defeat him. From Blaze, the Chaotix, Team Sonic, Shadow, Silver, Tangle and Whisper, and more. The downside here is that the Master Emerald is very exposed and can be targeted and removed, which is how they ultimately defeat him once again. Metal Sonic once again has been reverted back to his vanilla state, and currently still serves as Eggman's right-hand bot. He may not have defeated Sonic yet, but he will always be a thorn in his side again and again, and will prove he's the true Sonic, the true ultimate life form. Challenge him at your own peril, as Metal will be sure to show you just what he's made of.
Metal. He's made of metal. How did you not catch that? All right, I'm sorry. No, no, you did a good job. All right.
Oh.
Sorry, I've had that joke in the back of my mind for a while now. But no, seriously, you did a good job.
That was great. That was great.
That was really good.
I was trying to, I'm not gonna lie, I was trying to see if I could find a way to kick you from the call as a joke.
Yeah, do that where we are, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's true.
I can confirm, I can't do it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right, good stuff. Alrighty then. So I feel like I should ask the most obvious question first,
Go ahead.
considering the part of the theme of the matchup. Is there Richard? Since you went first, actually, no, I'll just ask you both. Who is able to copy the other easier? Because obviously both can copy other beings, but who should be able to copy the other's abilities easier?
Metal.
Metal can copy biodata just off of
Looking at them.
Yeah, he can either look at them, or better yet, he can copy abilities through like contact. Like he copied Sonic and Shadow's biodata in the comics by them hitting him. And hey, hitting something is kind of all Cell can do.
Okay, so I do want to state that Cell originally didn't copy the abilities of the warriors that he acquired. Those were naturally in his DNA due to Dr. Gero plucking literal chunks of DNA from each fighter and putting them into Cell's genetic makeup. Now, Cell would learn how to straight up copy an ability on his own without it being in his system. Example,
Instant
when
transmission,
he...
right?
Yes, when he gained instant transmission. And the implication is when Goku touched him before to get him away from blowing up the Earth, when Cell regenerated from literally his beating Cell, he not only came back to what was essentially a last save state for him, but he also came back even stronger with the abilities of maxed out Super Saiyan Goku and gained his instant transmission ability. So if Metal killed him, quote unquote, but not fully killed him, there is the implication, and there is a 85% possibility that he can get Metal's abilities, but they are very different compared to how Metal can get his abilities.
All right. Fair enough. I felt like that was the most fitting place to start, considering that's the theme. All right, and One more out there, bit of an out there question. What is Ki made of exactly? Like when it's fight?
Energy.
It's energy. Okay. Because I had the thought, I forgot if it was like light or something. Because I had heard Metal Sonic could absorb light. I don't know if he could. That means he could just absorb like any of himself key attacks, which would be kind of a problem.
I thought you were about to ask if because one of the things we were debating on, I say we, one of the things the blog was debating on earlier on was whether Metal could copy Cell's key abilities.
I mean, that's a good question.
Well, the answer is yes.
Yeah, like at the same time, like Metal can copy like chaos energy. Like, okay, the thing about chaos control is that for anybody else, it requires an emerald to work, to be used. Like Sonic needs an emerald to use chaos control.
Yes.
The only reason Shadow doesn't is because of his Black Arms DNA. Like that's literally like they're literally programmed with that kind of stuff. But the fact that Metal copying chaos control off of Shadow, the fact that he can do that proves he can copy chaos energy. Metal explicitly, every time he's used chaos control, whether it be to slow down time or to prevent others from slowing him down, he explicitly doesn't have any emeralds on him, because he's either fighting Supersonic, or you have this fight from Generations where Shadow has an emerald and Sonic is collecting the rest in Sonic Generations. But it's the fact that that Metal can copy chaos energy, like chaos control, that he could probably copy Cell's key attacks. At the same time, I find this question really funny because like even like worst case scenario he can't. It's like, oh god, I can't copy my opponent using a big ass laser. Oh no, whatever shall I do?
Yeah.
It's not like I can do that too.
Oh no. Yeah. All right. And I feel like this is also an important thing to ask. Does Cell have any way around chaos control?
To my knowledge, no. Now, okay, let me back up a little bit here.
Sure.
So, Cell is fast, and I do mean really, really fast, because I don't know if any of you have seen it, but there is a kind of fan-made Death Battle stat chart where it's before Cell gets his abilities copied from Metal, and Cell takes a pretty good chunk of those categories. Metal obviously takes a few of them. Now, speed is definitely one that, yes, without scanning, I would say confidently that Cell is faster than Metal Sonic initially, because he has Goku and Vegeta cells, particularly Goku's, because Goku was able to fly around in base form before he even turned Super Saiyan, and when he still had Kaioken, he was able to fly around the entire planet of Namek in just under 5 seconds. And then after he gained Super Saiyan, he was obviously much faster due to the increase. And, of course, he was able to fly around the entire afterlife in his base form without going Super Saiyan. So Cell should be about in the quintillion margin of speed. So his speed is more calculable, and it's more... what's the word I'm looking for? It's more it's numbered. Like, it's identifiable. Metal's... because he comes from the Sonic universe, and they have stated repeatedly, the Sonic characters have no quantifiable speed calcs, because the comics themselves even say that Sonic characters can and have reached incalculable speeds. So,
well, that's Archie, to be fair.
That is Archie, but some of that can still be applicable to Sonic, as he can be faster than... the best thing that can be calculated for him is the black hole. that comes to mind.
Yeah, that's solid. I will say, the infinite or like incalculable stuff for Sonic is still a bit touchy. Like it's not
right.
Okay, I guess I can say arguments for them have gotten a lot stronger recently. And by recently, I mean like after Bowser versus Eggman recently. Like they've gotten so much stronger.
Right.
I still wouldn't, unless like I needed to, I probably wouldn't rely on them too hard. Because they're not, they're strong, but they're not like rock solid.
Yes.
So, but I will concede, going by like quantifiable ends, because like even quantifiable ends, Sonic's got some crazy shit. But I would say I will concede Cell being faster. And here's the thing. You talked about scanning. I don't think when Metal copies people's biodata, I don't think he gets their stats. He just gets their abilities.
Okay.
It's a little weird because like there's one instance in the IDW comics where he gets Sonic's biodata and then just completely blitzes them, but I think it's more so that he gets in Sonic's case, right? Like he gets his speed-based like techniques.
Right. So okay, it's not like Cell. So it's not like Cell when Cell has Cell has the ability to in Perfect Cell, he does have the ability to copy a person's technique, but it's not. But Metal is very much it's a technique only. It doesn't do anything for him on a stat level.
Yeah,
like,
so like
Cell
if Cell like completely stat stomps Metal Sonic, then copying biodata is really only going to do so much. But
right.
Here's the problem. The problem being, if he stat stomps, which he doesn't.
Yes. So before you go into that, can I answer ZDogg's question real quick? Because
sure.
I trailed off.
Sure,
I was building up to a point. I'm sorry. No. So to answer your question, ZDogg, no. Cell has no answer to chaos control because, as said and stated in Trunks vs. Silver, just because a character who has the ability to time stop another character in Dragon Ball, or a character who has that ability against against a Dragon Ball character, they unfortunately, because of their speed, they have no counter to that, because the only way Cell would have a counter to that is if he too could do it, and even then it would have to be based off of his power level. So Cell would essentially be not able to react to chaos control, because as fast as he is quantifiably, he has never encountered an opponent who can just stop time. That's way ahead of him. And I would also like to say that when Trunks fought Imperfect Cell, when it was our future Trunks that fought his version of Imperfect Cell from his time, the one that didn't die, Cell was said to be much faster than him, but Super Saiyan Trunks, after the events of the Cell Saga and when he came back, he was much faster and much stronger than him. So again, if depending on your power level, you can get past Cell's defenses very easily.
Okay. All right. Well.
Yeah, Cell's never really had to deal with someone who can stop time, right?
No, never. The concept of time stopping didn't come into play in Dragon Ball until the Universe 6 versus Universe 7 arc, where Goku and Vegeta encountered Hit.
Right. Okay.
I'll let you two talk it out since I asked three questions.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. No, so bro, go ahead and finish what you were saying.
Yeah, Metal's just stronger is the problem. Like, Cell may be faster. Okay, here's the thing. I'll concede that Cell's faster. But the fact that Metal having chaos control, I think, will help close the gap by like a lot. And then in terms of strength, I mean, I'd be willing to accept. I'm willing to accept Universal Cell. Like everything about that makes sense to me. Metal fights. Well, okay, Metal doesn't fight them, but Supersonic, like Sonic and Supersonic, they fight universe to multiverse threats on the regular. Like, I know there's debate over like Solaris and the Time Eater. Like, I don't. But like, there's like Eraser Jin, Void, like those guys Sonic fought in his base form. I actually had a brief talk about this in the lads. I brought up Eraser Jin. Someone was like, I thought Sonic did that as Darkspine Sonic. That was Eraser Jin's like all-time cosmic form called Alpha Layla Walela. That was not Eraser Jin. As plain old Eraser Jin, who absorbed half of the Arabian Nights, that was base Sonic who beat him.
Okay.
So, okay. I will say, off principle, I don't think Metal being that much stronger, while it is, like, incredibly helpful, I don't think that alone is enough to win. The fact that Cell has his crazy regeneration as well as Zenkai boost,
yes, that was going to be something I would bring up.
Yeah.
Cell has... Okay, because this question was asked to me by other people, and I will say it here, what I said there. Cell takes survivability more times than not, whereas Metal Sonic only takes durability, because there's a difference between durability and survivability.
Yeah.
So Metal obviously can endure and a lot of shit from again base Sonic and the base Sonic crew, and he's definitely a tough egg to put down. However, he does not have the ability to regenerate, which is where Cell's survivability comes in.
Oh, okay. He does. Well, not as base, but as I'm assuming. I guess the assumption here is that Metal's getting every.
He is. Yeah.
Like all the biodata he's copied. That would include Chaos, who can regenerate from a liquid puddle.
Okay.
That's still not better than Cell's, but it is. It is there.
Yes, because Cell's regeneration comes from his DNA, and again, don't ask me how or why, but because he has Piccolo's DNA, that means that in order to really kill Cell, you have to obliterate him on his DNA molecule level. So you have to destroy him on that to fully put him down. So if Metal gets his head ripped off, okay, he can put it back on, but if Cell gets his head ripped off, well, guess what? It can just regrow as if nothing ever happened. And I should also add, every time Cell, because we did bring it up, but every time Cell gets near destroyed and his body is just ash or it's ripped in half, whatever damage you do to him, when he comes back, he gets a Zenkai boost from it. So meaning you can't just destroy him the same way you just did, because he's gaining more power, and therefore his survivability is going to increase the more you try to not, for lack of a better term, double tap him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, actually, I do want to ask. This is probably a ZDogg question, because between the three of us, he's probably seen what I'm about to talk about. I know you were kind of hesitant on us talking about it. I'll try to be nice. The fan battle.
I've seen it.
You've seen it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Real quick, I'm not gonna rip on anybody who worked on that video. I've never seen it.
No.
So it's a little hard for me.
I enjoy fan battle.
It's a little hard for me to do that. It's a little hard for me to rip into someone when I haven't seen what they make. So.
Yes. No. I enjoy fan battle and the content they make. I have my criticisms, but I would never rip into them on that level, and I wasn't even going to rip onto them ever if a matchup they did happens to be a death battle.
Yeah.
But what's your question?
Side note before you go into that, please do not rip them.
I won't. I'm gonna do my.
He said he's not.
I won't.
I'm talking to the audience.
Oh, okay.
The audience. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Don't. Yeah. This is
further. They've gone through enough already.
Yeah. This is not.
Yeah, they have.
This is not an invitation for them to rip on them in the comments or anything like that. Just please don't. You will be deleted. I'm gonna say that right now.
I just wanted to get that because I know they've gone through a lot of shit in that episode.
Yeah. So it's my understanding that Cell won.
You did. Yes.
Okay. Okay. And again, whatever. Can I please hear the arguments as to why, so that I may try to respond to them and voice any sort of disagreements I have?
Hold on, let me pull up the comparison feed. That's probably going to be the best.
Okay.
Cause I know Zen. It's been a while, but I know Zenkai Boost was part of it.
Okay. Well, I guess while you're doing that,
actually, there's something on Zenkai Boost that I did want to comment on, but I can go later.
Okay.
No, I have this thing.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay, let me say this. Just as like to give Cell his due. In any forms other than Metal Overlord or Super Neo Metal Sonic, Metal ain't winning. Not against Universal Cell. I guess if you don't buy that, then base Metal Sonic's probably beating him, because the other thing is what? So him being able to blow up a solar system.
Yes. So okay, he did say so. Okay, this comes from a statement, not exactly something that was shown, but because of where he was in terms of his power, Cell did say that after he destroyed Gohan and everyone on Earth, he would go on to destroy the entire solar system. And again, I would like to. This does involve scaling, but it actually is applicable.
That's fine.
Because Cell compare and scale to Gohan, who was Super Saiyan 2 at the time. Super Saiyan 2 was essentially capped at multi-galaxy solar, or at the bare minimum low solar system level. And Cell was able to, when he came back, Cell was able to mollywomp Gohan, because he just gained the abilities that he previously had, plus he gained Goku's abilities when Goku perfected Mastered Super Saiyan, meaning that he could just stay in Super Saiyan and not lose any stamina. So there is a reason to believe that, yes, he could destroy the solar system if he wanted to.
Okay.
But should note, at bare minimum, like, if you take away the Toei scaling, he's definitely low tier solar system. He's not high tier, so he could destroy part of the solar system, but not all of it.
Okay. Okay, so it's my understanding that the argument from the fan battle was just looking at this graph that you posted, and then also just conversations I've seen about it, is that Cell, with his regeneration and Zenkai boosts, could wait out Super Neo Metal Sonic, and get much stronger as the fight progresses, and just basically like snowball Metal until he runs out of his super state, and then just win off that.
Yeah.
That's not a terrible argument. But okay. One, with how much stronger Metal is, I imagine any hit is going to, at the very least, severely injure Cell, if not just straight up atomize him. Like, I know it's like, it sounds super, it sounds kind of unbelievable to just punch someone so hard they get atomized, but like that much of a strength difference, I don't know. Okay. The speed thing, like I said, Chaos Control makes up for that. The time.
Wait, real quick, actually, I do want to. I thought of a counter to that, but I might be remembering. Okay, so in Sonic Adventure 2, when what was it? Wasn't there a moment in Sonic Adventure 2 where Sonic was able to escape Chaos Control when Shadow used it, or am I?
If there is, if that exists, I don't remember it. Then again, I haven't played Adventure 2, so.
Okay, I thought there was like at the beginning, like.
Oh, there's a scene where Sonic is like somewhat moving after Shadow uses Chaos Control, but like okay. Chaos Control can both like slow down and stop time. Also, that scene is presented super weirdly, so
okay.
I don't know if that's just Shadow like speed blitzing Sonic or
right
or not. I don't know.
Okay. I guess my thought was, I wonder if you're fast enough could Cell like still like resist Chaos Control, but no.
Probably not because when Metal Overlord uses Chaos Control in Heroes,
right.
The super forms get stopped completely.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. The only way Cell would be able to get away from Chaos Control is if he had the ability to counter it, or he was just ignoring time being stopped. Because it doesn't matter how fast he is, if he has no way to counter it by ignoring time being stopped, or being so fast that, time being stopped essentially doesn't mean anything for him because he's just that fast. It wouldn't work.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. The only time I've seen, granted I haven't looked into everything, but the only time I've seen Chaos Control be resisted is by other people who have Chaos Control, aka Metal Overlord. Really just Metal Overlord. That's the only time I've ever seen people. That's the only time I've ever seen anybody, like flat out resist or be immune to Chaos Control. Even like Shadow, like. Neo Devil Doom uses Chaos Control at the end of Shadow Generations, and Shadow's like briefly stopped.
Okay.
But then Shadow breaks out. Then Shadow does break out of it. But again, he has Chaos Control, so.
Yeah. Okay. I probably was misunderstanding that thing from the Adventure 2 then. So
yeah.
Never mind.
Okay.
Hey, what were you going?
Okay. There's two main things about this entire argument of theirs that I can look at, and it would fall apart. One, the time limit. First of all, I brought up time limits. I'm gonna be honest. Outside of gameplay, outside of gameplay, I've honestly never seen an actual time limit be placed on super forms. The only instances I've seen where that could be the case is like the character's getting tired out. Like they get out of their super forms and then they're just like they're exhausted. or it's just shut off. The thing about exhaustion, though, Metal has limitless stamina, according to Tails. So there's that. Yeah, but okay, even if we want to go with the time limit thing, first of all, at their peak, like super forms have lasted for a hot minute. People still subscribe to the idea that super forms can only last like just under a minute. But there's quite a few games where I don't remember which game it's in, but I know Mate brought this to my attention, but there's a game where you can hold like thousands of rings. I know in Frontiers you can hold 999. So there's like in the super forms they drain every second, so there's that you could go with, I guess. But Mate told me there's a game where you can carry even more than that. I don't remember which one though.
Okay.
But either way, but then like in canon, I don't remember where it's from, but I remember hearing about a feat where it lasts for like days on end. It might be, I think it's advanced. I could be wrong. By the way, even if we want to humor that, Metal Overlord doesn't have a time limit, and that's also okay. I know Metal Overlord has some debate over whether it's like whether or not it's a supersonic level form. I'm under the belief that it is.
I mean, it literally takes attacks in supersonic.
Yeah. Well, there's that. What caused this debate in the first place is the fact that Metal Overlord is a boss in Shadow Generations, where Shadow doesn't get his super form. It's kind of a similar thing. People argue the same thing for Perfect Chaos.
Oh yeah, because you fight that in base form and generate. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, super forms don't fluctuate in power. And I can prove that because I think that's stated somewhere. I don't remember where. But even without statements, in Generations, you have Classic Sonic going super form, and he and Super Modern Sonic go up against the Time Eater, and they both do just fine. Like, I don't doubt that Sonic gets stronger over time, like, cause like, duh, why wouldn't he? But it's not to a point where anybody he's fought previously couldn't like downscale at the very least. And then yeah, Metal Overlord takes like 3 super forms to take down, which adds fuel to the fire. But also the whole Shadow Generations thing. Shadow was getting amped up by Black Doom throughout the entire game. Like all of his new Doom powers he was getting, that also increases his power. That was Black Doom's whole point. That was Black Doom's whole plan. Like he gives Shadow all these new powers and increases his strength so that he can like take over his body or his mind, and become like either make Shadow the perfect weapon or be reborn within Shadow's body. That was Black Doom's whole plan. But because he was amping up in strength, you could argue that like a Doom-powered amped Shadow could take up, is now strong enough to take on something like Metal Overlord. I know people bring up Mephiles, like, because you fight Mephiles almost immediately after. Shadow kind of styles on Mephiles. I'm not gonna lie.
Flexes on him.
Yeah. Like that's not really a fight. I mean, it's a good boss. Like it's fun to fight. It's a fun fight to face. But like canonically, Shadow's like beating the absolute shit out of him. And then when it comes to the amps, Shadow at the end of the game fights Devil Doom, which he needed Super Shadow to fight before, and then Devil Doom amps himself up to become Neo Devil Doom, and Shadow beats that too. But then also, this argument doesn't make any sense. You want to know why? Because in the IDW comics, which take place after Generations, base Metal Sonic beats Shadow. So basically, what we're trying, if you're trying to argue that Metal Overlord is not on the Supersonic's level, what you're trying to argue here is that base Shadow can beat Metal Overlord, but can't beat base Metal Sonic. Base regular. I'm talking base regular vanilla Metal Sonic, not Neo, not anything like that. Just regular basic bitch Metal Sonic.
Yeah, because that doesn't. That's not confusing.
Yeah.
That's not a silly argument at all.
So with that out of the way, we basically have a super form that doesn't have a time limit. So stonewalling until the time limit runs out doesn't work against Metal Overlord. And then there's the big thing. I would honestly be willing to humor this argument even further if it wasn't for the fact that Metal can copy Cell's bio data. Which kind of turns every single advantage Cell has against him, except for speed. Like he can copying. I'm gonna be honest. I find it funny how people will comment on Metal being kind of like a jobber in canon, because then you throw him in a versus sense, and he's actually kind of insanely busted.
A little bit.
Like the fact that he can copy bio data is like kind of insane, and he can copy things that like straight up do not have any reason to be copied whatsoever. Eggman's intelligence, sure. Chaos being made of water, sure. So that means Cell's regeneration and Zenkai boosts. Yeah, that's mine now. That belongs to Metal Sonic now, which basically means, once Metal absorbs Cell's biodata, Cell's basically fighting himself. Just slower, but way stronger.
And I mean, with chaos control,
with chaos control, yeah.
That's kind of no point just with the speed argument.
Yeah. That's kind of the big problem here.
Actually, I am curious. What in the liquid form has Metal could? I mean, I'm sure he could, but with the liquid form, could Cell even take Metal down in that form if he was strong enough?
If he was strong enough, maybe he could just atomize it.
Yeah,
but he's not.
He's not. That's it.
And I think even though obviously Cell can get stronger as the fight goes on with Zenkai boosts, Metal being stronger from the start is a bit more important and a bit more deadly than Cell being faster at the start, because Metal at least has chaos control to counteract it. And then the second that he copies Cell's biodata, it's like, okay, you can get stronger over the course of the fight. Great, now so can I, and I'm already way ahead of you, buddy.
Yep.
So
the only way I think Cell can reasonably win is that he would have to essentially fight off, and he would have to take out Metal before Metal copied him. But because and this is a big contracting weakness, which is kind of ironic because Cell has the DNA of every fighter, but particularly the Saiyans. He not only has the DNA of the Saiyans, he also has their attitude, because Cell loves to fight. He loves the challenge, and he also has that overconfidence and arrogance that someone like Vegeta had very early on, where he will let Metal just absorb or do what he has to do, because Cell wants a good fight. He wants to have a challenge. So him going and letting Metal do what he's got to do, it ultimately is a big contributing downfall, especially since now, yes, the argument of, oh, well, if Cell can just wait out Metal, then he could take him down. Yes, he could. That is a decent argument to be made, but the problem is that that's implying that Metal is going to just toy around with Cell and let him keep getting Zenkai boost until he ultimately gets too strong to where Metal's power is kind of minute at this point, because Cell will just come back and be just as strong, if not stronger than him. But again, I don't believe Metal is going to do that. If he's going to kill him, he's going to kill him. And he knows that the only way to beat him is to double tap both his physical body and his literal cells to stop him from regenerating.
Yeah. Now, I will say on that note, Metal does copy, well, at least with, so Metal has Eggman's biodata, which, while yes, that does give him his IQ, it also gives him Eggman's sort of like passion, and this is something that Dr. Starline brings up. Like Metal failed in the IDW comics because, like, at least from Starline's perspective, he thought that Metal failed because, being a copy of Sonic, he has Sonic's like recklessness and, like basically his strategy of, I'm gonna be a giant living bullet.
Right.
But Starline notes, the first biodata Metal copied was Eggman's, and Eggman also has a history of basically wanting to prove superiority over just being like, hey, screw you and everything in your general direction, by the way. So I've seen at least a few arguments to be made that Metal having Eggman's biodata could also lead to an arrogance play. Here's the thing with that. That sort of arrogance play is only against Sonic. Because Eggman and Sonic work very much off of like a Batman and Joker effect. Like you laugh, but like,
no, he's not wrong. He is not wrong.
I think the comics definitely show that.
Yeah, no, I'm getting this from the comics. That's what I'm like. Eggman himself even says like, Eggman doesn't just want to kill Sonic. He wants to prove he's better than him. But Eggman himself said, like, if I wanted to just like carpet bomb Sonic at any point, I totally could. But that's not the point. And the thing is, that's not just him saying that for the sake of saying that. He has carpet bombed people before. ZDogg, you're about to read it, so I'm sorry for the early spoils. But in one of the comics, one of Eggman's bases is taken over by Starline and a few villains. Particularly, you might have actually read it already. Yeah, this is in the side series Bad Guys.
Yeah, I've read all four of them.
Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm not spoiling you. Awesome. But yeah, in Bad Guys, one of Eggman's bases is taken over by ZDogg. And instead of honestly, other than Sonic, ZDogg is like a perfect candidate for Eggman, for another person Eggman would want to prove he's superior to, because ZDogg's kind of humiliated him on more than one occasion. But instead he's like, nah, bitch, you are dying today. And he just freaking rains fire down on the entire base, bringing it down on ZDogg. Like, this is Eggman's own facility, and he's like, nah, bitch, you dying. If I have to take down my whole factory to do it, then fine.
I'm taking you with me.
Yeah. So, it's basically against anybody other than Sonic. Eggman has no problem just being like, hey, screw you, by the way, and just raining hell down. And I know this is like kind of like a crazy thought, but I don't think Cell is Sonic. So I know, crazy, right?
Wait,
but
insane.
Against someone like Cell, I don't think Metal's gonna have any issue just being like, hey, like, whatever is the most powerful thing I've got, I'm gonna hit you with it, and you gonna die. So, yeah, I think Cell is more likely to fall victim to his own arrogance and wanting to prove superiority more than Metal Sonic will. Much faster, anyway.
Well, I don't know. That might subside one last argument I've heard for Cell that I think is kind of funny, but I don't think it would come into play based on what you said.
Which is?
It's I don't know how likely this was. TLDR, it's Cell tricks Metal into copying Kaioken, but then pushes the limits like past 100 and like kills himself basically.
Okay, so that is a very vivid imagination of a potential victory for Cell. I'm not gonna lie,
Does Cell even? I'm genuinely curious. Does Cell even have Kaioken?
Yes, he knows Kaioken, but he doesn't use it because he doesn't need to use it.
All right, fair enough.
Because the whole deal with Kaioken is that, okay, yes, Goku... I mean, hell, I could have answered your question with, well, let me ask you this. Does Goku still know Kaioken? The answer is obviously yes, Goku does. In fact, Goku has had a habit, and this is something that only happened in the Toei version. Goku actually managed to combine Kaioken with Super Saiyan, and then, of course, that would be that. But because it's not canon and it was never Toriyama, of course, it was brought back in Super. So yes, Cell could use Kaioken, and yes, that does indeed mean Metal can. But once again, Metal and Cell work on the basis of, well, it's stupid of me to want to use Kaioken because it's only good for one thing and one thing only, a short increase of speed and power, but it comes at the very cost of your body being too tired to keep up. And
I feel like,
let me just say this, Cell doesn't have the wherewithal, ironically, to even push the Kaioken as far as Goku could when he was combining it with Super Saiyan Blue and at the time.
I feel like Metal copying Cell's bio data would be like, since he can copy Eggman's intelligence, I feel like he would do the same to Cell, or at the very least he would know what Cell knows. And if Cell knows that pushing Kaioken that far would kill him, then I think Metal would know that too.
Okay.
Yes. Now, I'm not implying that Cell would explode if he used Kaioken that far, because there's reason to believe that, okay, if Goku can't push Kaioken times 4 or 20, then there's no reason Cell can't either. And also, it just means that, alright, well, guess what? It may not kill Cell, but it is going to tire him out, and he's not going to want to use that as a win con.
Oh no, the argument isn't Cell using it and killing himself. It's
no,
Metal.
yes, I was okay. So let me rephrase it. If Cell's not going to have that that knowledge of not wanting to use it, then yeah, then Metal has the same knowledge. He's like, okay, Kaioken, Metal would be able to go through, because Metal now has access to Cell's biodata, therefore he knows and thinks like Cell does. Both of them are thinking the same thing. So yeah, no, even goading him into using Kaioken past its limits. Yeah, no, if anything, Metal's going to be like, oh, you cheeky bastard, I know what you're trying to do because I've scanned your biodata, and that's exactly what you would want me to do because I have your knowledge. So it's not completely applicable to come to use in a fight. If anything, okay, I think Bro and I just hit the fucking nail on the head for the final coffin here, is that this is going to come down to who has the biggest ego and who's going to fuck up when the moment counts. And I really, unfortunately, think it's going to be Cell. Because Cell is too prideful, too arrogant, too boastful, and he wants a challenge, and he's not going to put Metal down when he should. Because the moment to put Metal down, the perfect opportunity and moment to put him down is before he scans him. But he's not going to do that because he's not going to know. And the more power Metal has, the more it's just going to overwhelm Cell. And there is, unfortunately, no way for him to get stronger unless he dies. And because Metal knows everything Cell knows, Metal knows that, okay, as soon as his body is destroyed and his cell is visible, this is probably how the fight could end. Metal is going to immediately grab and destroy the cell that holds, Cell together.
Freaking do a Cole versus Alex.
Pretty much, yeah. The world isn't perfect, but it's a lot better without you in it, asshole.
I will say, going into like you mentioned earlier that since Goku knows Kaioken, then Cell should be able to do it too, since he has Goku's DNA. I could make the same argument for Metal Sonic. It's never really said that he gets only like one specific ability when he copies biodata. So I think an implication can be made that whenever he copies biodata, he gets all of their techniques, which would also include Chaos Blast, which is a giant freaking screw you to that level of regeneration, I feel.
No, and you know what would be... Okay, you want to know what would be funny? Is that... So, okay. And now there is one other option that I don't think I've heard people bring up, but it's the... Well, what if Cell uses his final explosion and destroys the planet? Then Metal would basically be dead. Well, here's the interesting thing about that, is that, yes, Cell can do that, and that is on the table as a win con. But the problem, once again, goes back to, Metal has Cell's memories and knowledge, including his DNA. So, if anything, there's nothing stopping him from just pulling a Goku, instant transmissioning him into outer space, and then, boom, coming back. Because that is essentially what Goku tried to do. It's just, he couldn't think of anywhere to put Cell before he blew up, because the explosion was too massive.
Okay, I guess I should say I don't think Metal would get their knowledge. Because I know, like, one of his plans in IDW was after he conquers the world, he's gonna find Eggman, and basically put him in the seat. Like, he'll hand over control to him, basically. Sonic knew where Eggman was, and even copying Sonic's biodata didn't give Metal the knowledge of where he was. So I don't... When I said earlier about, like, the knowledge of, Kaioken, like, I more so mean, like, he would know what that ability is. Like, if he copies Kaioken off of Cell, he's gonna know basically everything about it. But it's not like he's gonna know what Cell's plan is, basically. And I don't. Never mind. No, I was about to make a bad argument. Never mind. Basically, I don't think Metal is gonna copy Cell's like knowledge and memories. Basically, he's just copying their techniques, but he's gonna know how to use them.
Okay. I mean, even if we wanted to use that argument, I mean, I hate to be that guy, but I'm pretty sure Metal could just survive.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Okay, well, never mind. I know it's boring.
Yeah, I know that's the boring answer, but like, yeah. Like other Eggman techs survive like black holes. Like the Eggmobile survived a black hole. You think Metal Sonic's not doing it? But then also like if you want to go into like the super stuff, like if we're talking like planet destroying stuff right out the gate, like as like a direct comparison, Supersonic blocks a planet busting attack from the end. So there's that. So I mean, he could just like when it comes to like the suicide blast, like he could very easily just like either avoid it or teleport Cell somewhere else. I guess he probably wouldn't know to do that, but it's a valid strategy.
Right.
Or just be boring and survive it. So I don't think that really holds up super well either. So yeah.
Right.
Last thing, because we need to wrap this up.
Yeah, we gotta wrap.
I want to make one little. I guess I could save it because I do kind of want to continue the experimenting we did last episode. I'll save it.
All right.
Okay. So yeah, it's final bets time. I think.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think we need to beat around the bush.
No.
I think it's safe to say it's a metal sweep.
It is a metal sweep, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the end
of
the day, copying Biodata is busted.
Yeah, that's
It is.
especially when it's freaking Cell.
Yeah. Like
That's,
Cell's like Metal's own like regeneration and skill are pretty good. Like even fighting skill wise, like Sonic's impressed other martial artists before. So Metal should be capable of the same. But he's fighting a Dragon Ball character, so skill is kind of a losing battle right then and there. But then having Chaos's biodata, like Chaos's regeneration is great, but it's Cell's is better. And then Cell being faster is really nice. And in almost any other circumstance, combined with a Zenkai boost, that could be deadly. Plus his regeneration.
Yeah.
But Metal is stronger from the start. Has Chaos Control to make up for the lower speed. And once he copies Cell's biodata, like I said earlier, Cell is basically fighting himself, just stronger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, aside from that, any advantages, aside from he'd still be faster, any advantage he would have at that point, it's now Metal's to play around with. So,
yeah. And again, I feel like Chaos Control just kind of negates any of that, any speed disadvantage Metal would have.
Yeah,
so.
It's true.
So, yeah, Metal should take this one pretty handily.
Yeah, I'm going for metal.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, there are at least some arguments to be made for Cell, but like I just feel like Metal are infinitely stronger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, and then if you want to really like hit the hammer it in, if you want to argue infinite or incalculable ends, which as I said earlier, they are stronger now than they ever were before, then that now just means Metal is infinitely faster than Cell, which means his one big advantage that he had is now gone. So rip-a-roni, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Indeed. All right.
So yeah, that's that.
About it. Mm-hmm.
Gosh, that. I mean, okay. If Metal wins, that means Dragon Ball or Sonic's gonna be 2-1 in terms of the Dragon Ball matchups. That's weird.
Yeah.
That feels weird.
And that means Dragon Ball fans unfortunately get another L.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well,
Yeah.
they've been eating W's for like 6 years now.
He's got a point.
We can let others.
Yeah.
Definitely.
If it makes y'all feel any better, I'm pretty sure I haven't done the counts, but I'm pretty sure Sonic's win-loss record is pretty spotty too. So
Yeah.
one of them's got to win.
Exactly.
Okay, I guess real quick, if we want to do what we did last episode and kind of respond to previous episodes, this time since both franchises have so many episodes, I'm down to limit it to just one.
Okay.
So I don't know. ZDogg, pick out a Dragon Ball episode.
I think the one.
Which one are you most?
First one top.
Which one are you most curious holds up?
Well, I don't know if Richard will be able to respond to the other one, but my first thought is Beerus Galaxia.
Ooh. No. I'm pretty sure that one still holds up a little bit. There hasn't been anything too crazy about Sailor Moon that I can say has come out to disprove that episode doesn't hold up.
I guess I will say a lot of the. I remember a lot of the like arguments for Galaxia for Sailor Moon that people were trying to give her against Beerus. I guess were just completely made up.
Yeah.
Like there was just a bunch. There was like a bunch of hacks. People kept trying to argue for Galaxia, and they were just like based off of absolutely freaking nothing.
Yep.
So, like, if anything, from what I've heard, again, I have no idea. I know next to nothing about Sailor Moon. But from what I've heard, Moon herself is the one that you really need to watch out for.
Yes, Moon herself would probably take out most of Dragon Ball's characters.
I see. Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, mine is... I'm just going to pick mine right out the gate because mine is super easy. Because I get to respond to Metal Sonic versus Zero.
Yeah, there you go.
And hey, Mega Man fans, I'm really sorry I got to do this to you because I know this is like the one victory you guys got that isn't against yourselves. But yeah, Metal should beat Zero stupid easy. And a lot of the stuff that was brought up in that episode just does not hold up, or is like the stuff people brought up for Galaxia, probably completely made up. One of my favorite things, and thankfully Metal's preview for this episode does rectify at least one thing, which was him. They said Metal could fly at Mach 35. Conveniently ignoring that the footage they're using for that is him flying across planets. I will grant that's so the two planets are Earth and Little Planet, and to be fair, they're not like crazy far apart from each other, you know, as far as like planets are concerned. But like I've seen calcs for that get as low as like Mach 50. But even still, the other thing that I really hope that we haven't quite. I mean, we've kind of touched the surface of copying by data in Metal's preview, but one thing that they're bringing up for Metal in versus Zero as like a point against him is that the abilities he copies are like simplified versions. They're like imperfect copies. I really want to know where they pulled that out of. Because no, that is not true. This was the thing I was going to bring up earlier, by the way. Yeah, Metal's copied abilities are not imperfect. They're not flawed copies. I guess the only thing I could really say, like, obviously, I guess if I had to guess, is that maybe the argument was that, like, yeah, Metal has all these copied abilities, but he still loses to the people he fights. But it's like I said earlier, I don't think he copies their stats. He just copies their abilities. So, like, he could copy Sonic's speed-based techniques, but he's not stacking Sonic's speed on top of his own. Or like Chaos Control. Like, yeah, now Metal can use it, and he can use it to its fullest, but Shadow is still, like, the master of Chaos-based techniques. Like, even other people who can use Chaos Control, like Silver, have said, like, yeah, like, I can use, like, even Silver has said, I can use Chaos Control, but Shadow's better at it than me. So, no, they're not simplified. They're not imperfect. They are the techniques to their fullest. So,
right.
Yeah. And then on top of that, honestly, okay, I guess I haven't really kept up with where people have Mega Man X nowadays. But last I checked, they were like solar system level and like millions of times the speed of light, which is like, that's really good, but base Sonic is beating it. So,
yeah.
Yeah. I guess Zero's got like a shit ton of hacks, but then now Metal's got to get all of them too because, hey, copying biodata is still kind of busted.
Oh no.
So, yeah. So it's honestly the same thing. Honestly, it's kind of the same arguments here. Metal's stronger. Well, actually, in this case, he's faster. So screw you, I guess. Yeah, stronger, faster, and hey, nice hacks. Now they're mine.
Sorry. you.
I do feel kind of bad for Mega Man fans, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like, again, like, aside from this episode, the only victory they've really gotten is against themselves.
Yeah, I do hope they get another win someday, but who frickin' knows at this rate?
Yeah. Hey, at least they got the new game coming out. That's not really anything. That's not really anything on a versus sense. They just, hey, Mega Man is alive.
No, it's not dead. Yay.
Yeah.
All
right, cool. So I think that is everything.
Yes, it is. It's a very, very nice discussion here.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So that's that. So with that being said, thanks for watching.
Yep.
Hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed Ichigo versus Yusuke. I know Richard sure did.
Yep.
I say that. Me and ZDogg enjoyed it too.
Yeah.
Super excited for Cell vs. Metal Sonic. Watch the preview if you haven't. Because if you aren't excited for it, you will be after watching that. Yeah.
I would like to throw something in here since we did, even though we didn't. I mean, you gave your own opinions, but I would like to say, considering they got so much shit over their episode, go check out the episodes of Fan Battle because they make really good stuff and they put a lot of passion into it, and they deserve good stuff instead of the shit they got over Cell versus Metal. So
Here.
I especially recommend Ghostbusters versus Beetlejuice and
That's
Superman.
what I was gonna say.
Yeah, and also Superman versus King is also really good.
It is.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Highly recommend it.
I've heard that one's really good. I do need to watch that show.
Yeah.
I haven't seen every episode, but the ones I have seen are really good.
They are.
Yeah, I will say, despite, obviously they went for Cell, we're going for Metal Sonic, and we're predicting the episode will as well. That being said, please don't give them shit for it. They have their opinions.
No.
They have their opinions. We have ours.
Exactly.
And for what it's worth, I may disagree, but their argument for Cell isn't like that bad. So yeah. Like I disagree with it. Don't get me wrong. Like, and I like to think I've adequately poked some holes there. But on paper, it's not a bad argument. So
No.
That's better than half the other people disagreeing with that episode. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. So don't give them any shit for it. They don't deserve it.
Exactly.
They're just fans at the end of the day, just like us. So,
and hey, fan battle crew, if you're watching, especially Noah and or Wagon Works, if you want to come on the cast, we'd be happy to have you. Just saying.
Absolutely, you guys are more than welcome.
All right.
Yeah. I guess I honestly think I might just plug this every episode. Am I going to be annoying? Yes, but it's also our project, so screw it. So screw you, I can. We announced it a few episodes ago. We are making our own versus project. It's called Bros Brutal Beatdown. We're calling it BBB in the background. Our first episode is being worked on as we speak. Am I going to say this? Am I going to say this whole thing verbatim every time until the episode actually comes out? Yes. Am I going to be annoying about it? Probably. Do I care? No. So go check it out. Check it out when it comes out. We'll have an announcement video for it soon.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good.
It is.
And with that being said, I think we're gonna go ahead and get the hell out of here. So,
agreed.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you all in the next episode. Bye, everybody.
Later.
Farewell.